Okay, so after watching this video, now I'm pretending that I'm a teacher in this video, and then I'm going to reflect on what I did well, what strategies that I applied in this lesson, and why I choose this strategies in this video, and then what I can improve for next time when I teach this lesson. So the first part is what I did well. Um, the first point is I studied by reviewing key historical terms with my students, and this helped my students to have a good foundation of the knowledge before moving to research part of the lesson. And also, I prived students with clear instructions and expectations because I told them what they have to do and how long they're going to spend on it, and also what kind of resources they are allowed to use. The third point is I gave them opportunities to collaborate together because this is going to allow them to, learn from each other, support each other. Yeah. And the last point of the first part is I create a supportive class, a supportive learning environment, because I encourage students to, ask questions and share ideas. And the second part is I'm going to reflect on the strategies that I applied in this lesson. Firstly, reviewing, because I use the strategies that to review the historical terms with my students, which including like a in this video I did quiz because I gave students a short quiz to assess their understanding of the terms, and also I did matching games. I created matching games with the key terms on one side of the cards and the definition on the other side. So student had to match the terms of the definition. And also in the researching historical term part, I also use some strategies to help students, to learn the research historical terms, which including group work. I divided the students into small groups and assign each group different historical terms to research. This allows students to work together to foster their communication skills, their collaboration skills, and also they can learn from each other. The second one is primary resource because I encourage students to use primary resources in their research. This is going to help them to get a better understanding of the historical context of the term they were researching. And next strategy is sharing findings. I had students share their findings with the class at the end of the lesson. This allows students to learn from each other and also practice their presentation skills and also communication skills. Now I'm going to reflect on why I choose these teaching strategies. Because I believe that they are effective for helping students understanding and learn the historical terms. For example, reviewing key terms, it's important for students to have a good understanding of the foundation knowledge. I mean, the key historical terms before they begin to research them, and next one is sharing findings. Because sharing findings allows students to learn from each other, and also this could foster their ability of communication skills and collaboration skills. Meanwhile, it's a good way to help, to create a sense of community in this classroom. And last part I'm going to reflect is what I can improve upon next time I teach this lesson. The one is more time for research. I'm going to give students more time for research. I teach this lesson. This is going to allow them to research, in more depth and develop more comprehensive findings, and more of a variety in sharing activity, because I would also try to incorporate more more options for them to share their findings, which including they can write or they can record a video or a audio. Also, they can make presentations. Yeah. So overall, I believe my lesson was effective for helping students to learn the key terms and understanding the historical terms. However, there are a few things that I can improve for next lesson I teach. Okay, now I'm going to change my role because now I'm a teacher leader. I'm going to give detailed feedback on this lesson and also in these following ways. Firstly, I'm going to ask guiding questions and also I'm going to offer advice. So the first part is guiding questions. I'm going to ask, like, what are your goals for this lesson? Why did you choose these teaching strategies in that you used? How did you assess your students' learning? What did you learn about your student during this lesson, and what are your thoughts on this lesson overall? First, next is the feedback. What went well? I think what went well are you study the lesson by reviewing key historical terms with your student, because this is going to help them to ensure that they will have a good understanding, a good foundation to move on to the research part of this lesson. And then the second is you provide the students with clear instruction and expectations, because you tell them what they're supposed to do, how long they have to spend on this, and what resources they can use. And next is you give students the opportunity to share, because they're gonna practice their communication skills. They are going to learn from each other. Then they can support each other as well. And also you created a supportive environment, because you encourage students to ask and you also give feedback. You did great, but you still have areas to improve. For example, you could give them more time to research, because it's obviously some students haven't finished their searching before you ask them to share. So give them more time so they can learn the historical terms in depth, and also they could have a comprehensive understanding. And you could, next point is you could offer more options for them to share their findings. For example, you could let them to record a audio. You could ask them to record a video, and also create a poster and PowerPoint. And last part is my advice. So, as I mentioned, you could give students more time for research. You could incorporate more, variety into sharing activity, and you can reflect on this lesson overall and identify what areas that you can, improve, so you can make this better for the next lesson. You did a great job.